Good evening, everyone. Enfield tomorrow. Enfield today, actually. Enfield yesterday. We have reached new levels of silk posting. Iggy, 25 months. That's fucked up. Enfield tomorrow. Enfield in a few hours. If we say it enough times, it will eventually become true. Mid? Really fucked up. So, we're gonna watch the new get PlayStation 5 demo. Because we all know we get beta announcement today, tomorrow. Surely TGS will give us something. They can't keep getting away with this. Giving us everything but a release date or a demo date. Or a beta 3, I guess. Or beta 2. Maybe people will actually get to play the game. Instead of like the 10 of us that got to play the game. But apparently it's 15 minutes long. So this stream itself shouldn't be too long. As we comb over every single frame. And surely we see something new. Okay, let's switch scenes here. Alright. We'll give it a watch through without pausing. See if anything has changed since the beta. $18 months, thank you. Thank you, Noah.
Administrator has arrived.
Very sick and twisted. Alright, our opening is the same. Are they gonna pick the girl? Of course they are. Oh, did we have that in the demo? Oh, you can't remember. Probably. Snow graphics improved by the slightest of margins.
You've arrived. What took you so long?
Sorry. I was held up.
Does Perlica sound different?
Originium.
Blessing, solely yours, but stolen and tainted.
Tainted.
Your fate isn't confined to one path. This time, leave no regrets.
Implying.
Travel forth, Administrator.
Implying what, Priestess Perlica?
Originium is the pillar of life, the link that connects everyone.
Alright, we still have
This
the
expedition must not fail.
Expedition 33 mentioned. Wild. Okay, our stamina bar is different. In with the 25
This
months.
will be a difficult
Goddamn.
campaign. Silver cross when
All
you're
fucked
ready.
up. Has the colors changed?
The enemy is here.
Alright, did they change dodge? Will we dodge? We have more effects on our attacks. It is looking more colorful. Even more vibrant than from Alpha. Perfect gives us SP.
Anglo, the most alien life form that never tires. For over 100 years,
Okay, so we don't
we resisted their ruin.
we
and
don't break
devastation.
combo anymore. They listened? Question mark? Okay, we have Rose Island. We will not be seeing base since it's just prologue. That a laptop can run at this quality?
The Angloid
Surely they optimize, right?
press on. This town cannot stop us.
Our SP is pretty quick. What the heck? We get to learn ultimate.
Your end awaits.
Our journey was long.
It will, yeah. Alright, I just still have the long
Countless
press
tombs
for
and
ultimate.
sacrifices gave rise to this tower. As its successor, we will not let it fall.
These flowers are...
Oh?
A legacy, a tomb, a lonely soul, never meant to bear such burdens.
How do you know this, Perlica?
In the end, you chose not to let go.
We chose? More confirmation that we're the same fuck-ass person?
The taint is spreading. I can hear the Originium weep.
It'd be very funny if I'm saying all the same things I said when we played the beta.
Our time is short.
We are a gacha game protagonist after all.
We can no longer retreat. Let's strike forward. Use your true weapon. Forge a path of the living.
You have no friendly fire on the balloons turret.
Life always fights
Hallmark the
back.
legacy of a true wife.
It is our nature and our fate.
Well, our true wife is talking to
Rise
us right now.
from ruin and be reborn in the ashes.
There's no way Perlica
The
knows all of
end
this.
draws closer. Cross this chasm to face your final trial.
Thank you, Patriot.
You have decided to help me.
Oh? We have PTSD flashbacks?
Stop. Don't go beyond this point. It's dangerous. The pain. The embers. Angry. Try not to move. You might have a fracture.
You're the administrator.
Oh?
We can save her.
Chapter 15?
Stay with me, child. We won't leave you. You're right.
That's us talking?
Feeling cold? Here, come closer. Feeling warmer now.
Damn. They really waited for chapter 15 to be released, huh? He continues to wait and abide. Who's wait? Oh. A more obvious way to know that you can look at the gravestones, the Perlic on the right.
Beyond the stars, through death as chill as the cosmic abyss, yet your heart kept hope alive. For our sake, and for the days to come, you sacrificed yourself. Truth be told, I've always wished that you would find the answer on your own. And find your true self.
My true self. What does that mean? Oh? Cutscene? We have a cutscene here last time? We did. Lolly girl comes out of nowhere. What's our spaceship's name again? Ford. He's gone. Damn. A small child just called us cringe. Oh, that's different. This is new music. Okay, the Avengers are coming to our help.
Careful, don't get hit.
Thanks, Perlica.
Now, make it time.
Okay, QTEs are still here.
Take your end.
HP bars are changed. More indeed. But these big bosses, surely they do dungeon raids, right? They go crazy. Wait a minute. What the fuck are you doing here? You can't see my cursor. Shit. Here we go. Whoa. Who let her back in? Who the fuck let her back in? Priestess? Who gave her the keys? Who gave her the keys? Do you think Sir's not gonna be free? We never got served papers, I guess. Sussy. I know what you are. Holy shit, everything's going on right now. I assume it's speaking Arcaz. Sitter has a new animation. The Aladdin. Iron Golem. We've done no damage to this guy.
Take this! Ready to crystallize!
Did. Got no arms.
His powers are ready rampant. Unleash your full attack.
Okay. Really DPSing the boss.
Trust in me. Take your end. Show's over.
Show's over, literally.
You must stop that countdown.
Oh, it's a number. Guys, we're not leveled enough for this.
Entering the shore.
Guys, we need more DPS. Uh-oh. Eternity?
Do not forget our promise. I'll be waiting in the north.
Huh. Well. That's quite the different prologue, comparatively. Like, it's all the same stuff, but now we gotta... Time to watch the original opening. It was any different. But even more of a bombastic intro. Before we watch the OG opening, I want to see if our casters still shoot from drones. Are they actually using their weapons instead of summoning things? No, Angelina's summoning things. Cringe. Cringe, cringe, cringe. What a... Yeah, graphics looking slightly improved. Yeah, Sir has different skills as well. Look at her go. She has like shadows, I suppose. Let me pull up the other stream. We are John Enfield. Oh, that is the wrong. There we go. You can ignore my voice.
You've arrived. What took you so long?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was held up.
Oh my god, we're speaking? John Enfield speaks?
Originium
What's that? We don't ask that in the new trailer?
and catastrophes.
He doesn't say this either.
I'm glad to be with you again. This time, we'll not leave any regret.
Different?
Let's travel forth, administrators.
Different, right? Way different. Yeah.
took you so long?
Sorry. I was held up.
Nope. Relica has
Originium.
color.
Blessing, solely yours.
Oh yeah, we have
But stolen and tainted.
Stolen and Tainted. A whole different opening
Your fate
prologue.
Isn't confined to one path. This time, leave no regrets.
He also sounds different. John and
You've arrived. What took you so long?
Sorry, I was held up.
oh my god.
Travel forth, Administrator.
We're speaking? On Enfield speak?
The Black Originite. Desolation will follow in
Girl dressed with
the angle lawyer using the Black Originite.
Wow, we didn't even get that. Cynthia, hello?
Originium is the pillar of life. The link that connects everyone.
Now they're
This expedition must not fail.
this is saying that
Desolation will follow in
girl dressed with the weather. Wait, I wanna see if the controller works.
and destroy it. Destroy the
Ah, fuck it, we'll just play it through. Destroying Originite.
Dijon shall provide support from low orbit and will extract you at the destination.
Yeah, and our left looks different. What's with the music? We're just walking. Oh my god. This is a Metroid Prime opening. Yeah, we have a different stamina bar. We lost the Breath of the Wild stamina bar was like sectioned bars. Now we just have a thing. Alright, we gotta go look at the Theresa section. Person? I think so. Did we say anything? Did we sigh? What do we say here? Hatred, where are you?
Even you have decided to help me.
We sound more hopeful than in this case where we're more like damn. Are we that deep in shit? Instead of gold Originite? Our tutorials have changed. We now have
Your end awaits.
Alright, very edgy. Alright, we're entering the Babel. Theresa's flowers? Okay,
These
so
flowers are so beautiful.
oh, shout out to my
Painful sadness.
shout out to my video. Called this out, talked about it. I feel about this painful sadness. And this one we get just the whole
Not let it fall.
These flowers are...
A legacy.
damn, they're just like
A lonely soul.
you don't need to watch
never
anything.
meant
We
to
got
bear
you.
Such burdens.
I think there was slight differences between John and
Chose
Jane.
not to let go.
Truly, I mean, there already were differences in the game, so I expect no difference. About staggered status. So they changed the boss fight into a lore moment. Staggered. Look how much we have, so much more punch in this version of the game.
Paint is ready. I can hear the Originium weep. Death knocks on the door. Our time is short.
Where's our monolith?
Still breathing. We can save her.
Now we have PTSD sounds from, I guess, our previous. What can I not cast skill? What kind of cast skills? We actually get a final strike in this.
Stay with me, child. We won't leave you. Right?
No, right? We don't stagger anything.
The Angloid grow in number.
Look at that. All our strikes have things now. Dodging does not interrupt basic attacks you consider. Look at that. They actually even put it as text. Thing. Well, this is exciting. Game looks a lot better. Well, not a lot better. It looks substantially better though. The whole everything is changed. Obviously, the big thing is the end, the big ol' raid-like boss fight.
Trust in me. Face your end. Show's over.
Doors already rampant.
We see what Surtur does.
Unleash your full attack.
Okay, Surtur is pretty much the same shit.
Trust in me. Face your end.
Her ult is the same, I mean. Man, it's a real shame that
Ready to strike. Crystallized.
even in this, we still use drones to attack and not the actual staffed weapon itself. Yes, it's not an actual thing, though that could be just of the prologue. Right. Anything here? Last update? 7 months ago. Wow. Data missing. No updates, even though there was a leak. And then the classic release date to be determined. Arknights Enfield announced. I think that's it for the news, yeah. Pretty crazy implications in terms of the lore for all of this. They must have been waiting for chapter 15, right? Y'all, the defender, missing, MIA, killed, basement of Hypergriff. Announced for 2026. That was pretty expected though. I don't think that was too much of a spoiler. I think it would have been crazy for them to release Enfield this within this year. But yeah, they changed a lot of the context
We resisted their ruin and devastation.
of a lot of things. So that means hopefully story's improved. Probably not. The prologue is probably gonna still be dog water shit. But at least the opening of the game should hook a lot of people. Pretty bombastic. And exciting stuff. This boss hopefully becomes like dungeon raids. Imagine Enfield gives us dungeon raids in the future. That would go crazy. Good night, Smooth. They did take some feedback. Colors are nicer. The animations feel like they have more weight. You can dodge. SP doesn't feel as slow either. It's kind of slow here, but even then it's not the worst. Are we 3D models now? Oh, we are 3D models. Damn, I should have exited out of my stream. We don't have splash art anymore. Also, Surtur icon is different. Hopefully they change this. The splash arts are pretty cool. It'd be a shame to lose it. I'm pretty sure this Surtur icon is diff. I think our icon is different, but Perlica and Angelina have the same icons. Man, this is so sad. These little things are so like the most depressing thing they've ever added. If I could have one thing back from the tech test, is the removal of this and our units actually using the weapons they have on instead of summoning fucking magic orbs to shoot their magic. Everyone's a fucking drone caster. Everyone's a drone caster. But I think this is going to be set in stone. Other casters? All the casters in the game use this. Yvonne, who uses guns, summons these things. And, you know, she's obviously a caster. Angie's a caster. Perlica's a caster. They all summon the little drones. And I don't know. I haven't seen any discourse on like how shit this is. Then again, I haven't read much of anything on Enfield on other people's opinions. But it's hard for me it's hard to believe that no one like in the feedback submissions of everyone that played didn't, call this out. But maybe because it's so normalized in 3D gachas from what I see, that everyone's just like, oh, that's, normal.
And for the days to come.
But what's the point of just being other tech sci-fi slop? Now don't attach Arknights to your name. But overall, good trailer. I think the abundant Perlica yapping is enough to get you intrigued in both where this story is going and what happened before. But was it because it's tech sci-fi? I guess, but the last when you have the tech test, you have people using their weapons. Casters specifically. Everyone else actually uses their weapons. Though I guess defenders are a outlier since they just use swords despite being defenders, which is a shame as well. A victim of the gear system. So that one might be a little harder to fix. Well, about it. The ending big old boss is good. Too bad. I know, if first chapter hasn't changed too much. The first act, you could say, hasn't changed too much. Going from this to having to feign attachment to our robot, and the big climactic point of Act 1 being that the robot sacrifices itself, and you're supposed to be sad and cry about it, despite it gets immediately fixed 2 minutes later because she goes, "Oh, I can just fix her. I can just fix the robot. It's fine." The sentient robot. It's a pretty big jarring difference. Where the emotional connection was, "Oh no, robot sacrifices itself so we can beat bad guy." God, it's so fucking shit. It's so bad. The first act is so bad storytelling wise, which is a shame because they have such an interesting world, or I guess could be interesting world. We know the HG people can write decently well. Not that they need to make something big and grandiose. You have to build up to the big and grandiose. You can't have chapter 15s without having chapters 1 through 3. But that's not an excuse to make your chapters 1 through 3 bad and boring and not very compelling with using the most base plot points in storytelling. But if the robot truly moved you, then the game, the prologue is for you. Then that's HT knocked it out of the park. If that was the case. If you really were moved by Tata the robot, because it made funny little faces on the screen, big ups. I still think it's shit storytelling. And really fucking boring. And disappointing. Hello, Knack. Hope you're having a good evening. Hope you've beat your icebreakers. Originium now has weeping. I hope they change some aspects of it. Because it's so... Not getting metal set, I see. Skin is more important anyways.
We can no longer retreat. Let's strike forward.
Yeah. I hope they have a very big tweaking of the first act. Going to go free the power plant and getting to meet the big bad, that's not very intimidating. So, it's fine, I guess. A lot of people I saw defended the first big bad that we have, Sarkaz lady. That oh, Tallulah, we didn't know what Tallulah was on about.
It is our nature.
But at least Tallulah had the, if you read, had the mystique.
From ruin and be reborn.
The mystique of being a threat.
The end
And Lizard Lady, it's just aha, I'm bad. Lola Mao, which I guess works for some people, not for me. So I think there's a lot of things they really got to tweak. There's a whole lot of nothing burger in Act 1.
Even you have decided to help.
With snippets of interesting things. pretty much a whole big you know, Tallulah starts with killing one of our own, right? Now at the time, we don't know that one of our own is cool and awesome like Ace is, but it's something, right? It's not a fucking robot that can be, Ace. It's not like Ace comes back.
She's still breathing. We can save her. Stay with me, child. We won't leave you. Right?
Name is now Ace. Name is Tata. I guess the Stolen Land is slightly interesting, but
Feeling warmer now.
are they gonna recycle a Sarkaz, a Sarkaz plot point again? You know, the Sarkaz oppressed Stolen Lands, even though they were here originally. We're gonna do that all over again? At that point, you might as well just port it Arknights as its own thing. You can cook or see Ace. Maybe you shouldn't be allowed to cook.
Traveled beyond the stars, through death as chill as the cosmic abyss. Yet your
Yeah, and this opening is probably as interesting as Arknight's opening. Arknight's opening is interesting, despite it being written like prose-wise badly. You know, you wake up in the middle of a war zone, people want you, everyone hates you. You know, Kalsa doesn't like you, people hate you, people want you for some reason. Reunion's a movement that's tied to the world. And then this game opens with, this admittedly very interesting and compelling thing of like, oh, what do you mean Cosmic Abyss? What did we do before? And then, we're fighting fucking landbreakers. We're fighting borderland psychos. It's not really so whatever, and then the big bad is like, oh yeah, these borderland psychos mean nothing to me. I don't remember there being dwelling peoples that are marginalized. It's more like the landbreakers are like, oh, they took to the bandit life because we're a frontier land. Rather than them being like hopped up on things. So I do think they are hopped up on things. I just think as a whole, Act 1 needs a lot of fixing. Uh, they need to, also make us not just loved by everyone. That's just insanely boring. I think the Doctor being a figure that is both not important and very important all at the same time is an interesting thing to have as your protagonist. Or I guess as our insert character, since Amiga is the protagonist. We're not. Yeah, but Arknights already didn't do the gotcha harem trope. Why must the gotcha harem trope be indulged into the new game? Obviously, they can't reuse the plot point, right? It becomes the problem of why reuse plot points. So, they've been writing Arknights for 6.5 years. They can think of something. This game has been in the fucking dungeons for 5 or 4 or 3, whenever it got announced. I forget. It's been so long. 3 years, I think. Greedy equals money. True. I think gameplay wise, a very great step. Story wise, the lore that's implicated in the beginning, much better. Still mysterious while still being compelling to someone who doesn't know anything, while still paying the fan service tax to everyone else, right? There's a lot of things that need to be fixed that we can't really tell until beta 2 comes out, if it does come out. Hopefully it does. I really hope they do another beta test to take one last bit of information from people before they fully release the game. But at the end of the day, if the devs want to make that type of game, like with the tropes and this and whatnot,
For our sake. And for the days to come, you sacrificed yourself.
it's definitely a safe Act 1. I just think you can write a better safe Act 1. I just want a few slightly things tweaked that could make it a more still safe but better. Let's say you're a neutral figure in people's eyes. You're not trusted, but you're not hated. I think there's a lot of things they can tweak that keep it safe for the newbies, but can still make it, not milk toast boring. I've seen this story in 30,000 isekais. I've played this story in 50,000 gachas. I'm not too worried about like 2 years into this game. I assume the story is gonna be much better. However, I wanted to get a good start. I want the game to succeed as soon as it can and not, take 2 years for us to go, oh, don't worry guys, we have a good story later on, right? Hopefully it makes it to 2 years, yeah. I think HG has enough money from Arknights that Arknights will become the bankroll for Enfield as it is currently. Hopefully Enfield becomes profitable. Can't see yourself playing a niche clear for 10 hours? Fair. This game's more about the depth comes from team building rather than like strategies you can clear with. So like combining elements and all that stuff will be the bread and butter of how to play the game. And like the big bosses might make niche clears fun. If this wasn't Arknights with that hype, with that type of thing, you drop it. Like this actual prologue or like the Act 1 story. I think the prologue is actually well done and enticing. If this doesn't have Arknights, I would drop it from the Act 1 prologue or the Act 1 story. After we wake up and we blow up the power station. I'd be like, this game is kind of fucking ass. Well, that's not true. I think base has a lot of merit. The base gameplay has a lot of merit. And that could be a saving grace for while the story is shit. Fair enough. 3D headache gameplay. No, I'm sure there's changes. Plenty of them. Always be a story skipper, fair enough. I think it's just harder to skip story in a 3D than in 8K. I do hope they have 8K designs. Because these designs are pretty miserable. Okay, not all of them. but a good chunk of them, of our starting characters, are pretty miserable and uninspired. They feel like designs I can find in any 3D gacha game, as opposed to designs I can only see in AK. Administrator, Perlica, Chen, true, you still get the story from AK through, here, but in 3D, it's a bit harder. Perlica, good design. Chen, a modern AK design. Like, this feels like a normal thing that, transferred to 3D. This still feels slightly more AK. This is a whatever fuck ass design. This feels like a 3D gacha game design. Big fuck ass panda? AK. Not my favorite, but at least he feels like he's from AK. This stuff is fair enough. Longest Son? He is looking more AK coded, right? The traditional outfit plus a modern touch. Angie with tier 1 up. She just feels like a fucking whatever fuck ass design, bro. Like, hello? Are you in this game? Ember also. What are we cooking here? It's like they took the worst parts. Like, they didn't commit fully to the armor getup. Ember's a VTuber? Yeah, the worst thing you can be. Arknight feels fine. The Ember's egregiously terrible. She's definitely the worst design. Ember is fine. Blues is whatever. Surtur is Surtur. He also falls into the, I guess, modern updates of an AK design. Yeah, she does not look like her 3D model.
I shall follow the paths of our sages and kerns.
Just make her tan like you have her in her art. Just make her tan. Surtur. You've owned the most, not terribly designed, but the most 3D gacha game character we have. I think the 3D models are a big limitation. Like, boring. Jane VTuber. Not as bad as Ember though. I prefer this over Ember. Aurora just looks like Aurora. You know, she's still in the AK design. A worse version of her Bloodline of Combat. Somehow they took her best skin and made it worse. Obviously, all the belts couldn't fit, but you know what? It is what it is. She has a more believable AK design. The bunny has a good design, I think. But then you compare it to fucking Jane VTuber 1 and Jane VTuber 2. Jane Final Fantasy. It's the spear. I'll take this design over VTuber. So I do hope for more AK designs in the future. There's just a lot of things that I feel like they could tweak that makes... It's like a 1% tweak to make the experience 30% better. Red Hood Girl, good design. Red Hood Girl, good design. I don't think we can actually find her in any of this promotions. The new girl they just released, awful fucking design. They're not, that's the problem. That's both a good thing and a problem. I do think the audience is not intended to be the same. However, they're using the Arknights name to boost its popularity and exposure, to bring in that audience, to give them money, sustain until the new audience can take over. You know? Why not just keep what makes Arknights great design-wise in your new game? You know? You can have both audiences. I would say the design process, you know, the thing that puts off people off Arknights now is not the designs. It's tower defense gameplay. I would say the designs are a big thing that make people overcome the tower defense aspect of the game. Yeah, here she is. She? Good design. Looks more AK-ish compared to the new blue girl that was uploaded and then deleted from the support site. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of things. 2% improvements for like a 50% increase in enjoyment. Yes, the appeal is that I think they have to homogenize the design for modeling purposes. But I do hope that they credit the original concept artist in some form. You know? Like the bunny girl, that's a LM7 design. You know? If like indie character goes, oh, this was drawn by LM7, blah blah blah. You know, LM7. Roll drew this. Instead of just being, you know, Snowshine, drawn by John Hypergriff. There's a new design of the blue character. Or a new leaked design of the blue character. LM7 the leaked schooner design. That's crazy. I don't know. I feel like Yvonne could be LM7. But yeah, I hope they shine light on different artists. Oh, this last. The promo art does show her shoe wear. You can see she's wearing boots. She's not rocking heels for some reason. A better design. I wish I could know who drew her initially. John Arknights? John Arknights is John Arknights. Like she is Jane Enfield. But yeah, some of the designs are pretty piss poor. That new blue girl is like it feels embarrassing. That's like it's an embarrassment of a design. Somehow, all those years later, it is high math sometimes on context. That Genshin tweet somehow is becoming true. That's what I feel like now. Maybe the Genshin tweet was onto something. Hypersexualization of these characters. Main artist is Lidic. Lidic is the main artist. Somehow it came in full circle and they were correct. They were just a few years too early. They didn't know. They were Nostradamus. Like, well, Zumama? True. Like, we have Gunner bait in Arknights, but it's like 0.001% of our character base, right? As opposed to some of these feeling just very Jane whatever. Like, why is Jane VTuber showing me her ass? Like, why are you showing me your ass? And why are your titties just going everywhere?
I only pray that the southern sun.
What an awfully designed. I didn't think Ember we could get worse than Ember, but we got worse than Ember. Someone's got to pay the bills. True. Fair enough. And yeah, that's true. You can make coherent Gunner bait designs. Yeah, but we're not comparing AK to other gotchas. We're comparing AK to itself, which is like the disappointing thing. Or the more off-putting. I guess disappointing is not the correct word. Like I think this would be fine, but then Yvonne's problem is her animations.
Hi, we meet again. Just call
Like
me.
why we just showing Dumpy like this?
First trip for quite a while, Inman. Pleasure doing business together.
Like her design is like Jane Genshin Impact character with all the midriff and shoulders. But like these animations, they're going crazy.
Hi, we meet again. Just call me Yvonne.
Also terrible voice actress. I just down bad for crazy women. True. The point is the correct feeling. True. Yvonne worked? Yes, Yvonne definitely worked. This is LM7. These loops are LM7. They try to combine the cool armor aesthetic that AK sometimes has with the Gunner bait, and it kind of toppled. Now Yvonne's voice actress is so bad. I personally dislike it. Maybe she's doing a great job with with how she was directed. But Yvonne especially feels like year one Arknights EN voices, like original Exia, original Amiga, like that first batch. It's so bad. Like everyone dunks on Perlica for having a bad voice, but they missed the real evil. Enchilada does not have a spicy design in the slightest. Ass just like thick thighs. Like if we were to like, you know, compose the art, the outfits, it would just be that Bone has thick thighs. But we'll see. Like there's still some hope. Little Chongus bro is cool. 10-2 is fine. I like Perlica. I like how we look. The way I see some of these designs are like if Typhon's summer skin was her base outfit. Actually kind of true, yeah. Wolfguard to me feels like John Wolf guy, but I can definitely see the demographic that would really like him. I think he settles into safe design. Not bad. So I guess you could call him Gunner Bait with his titties out like this. Does have more scars, I think. I'm not sure. Some are 3D animations, yeah. Gunner Baiting made him better, true. It is an improvement from his tech test outfit. She just has a bland design. That would be just, I guess, fine in any other standard, but her animations kill it. Ember is just a bad design. That new lady is a bad design. Angalia mounts on full pop Moinar? Yeah, Moinar's in a fucking suit. No, we don't need our asses to be out. I think this is just random ass wolves. This guy's a 5-star. He's not getting Zaro. Suit is the ultimate Gunner bait? Fair enough. To some people. Again, we can have good designs that appeal to people that aren't just like a guy's a 4-star, you're not even a 5-star. Guy's Chen, isn't he? 10 level? I don't remember. People love titties, I guess. Well shows his titties. Silver Ash has the titty skin. Well, point is, Enfield has some design problems, I believe. When you have only 17 characters, and like 3 of them are like whatever, 2 of them are abysmal, It's like questionable, you know. Maybe we just got too used to the good life in AK. Like Kuro Blood back. We forgot our roots. We definitely did. Like Kuro Blood draw a furry again. I know Kuro Blood. He feels freed and chained all at the same time when he gets told to draw a 7th Lee skin. And then a 5th Chongus skin. He's like, for every Lee skin you draw, you have to draw Chongus more human. That's the curse Kuro Blood must carry. Every Lee skin, another Chongus human skin. Oh, I'm sure there's a plenty mountains of furry Chongus on like the cutting room floor. And HG was like, you can't make him furry. He's gotta look like a guy. The Forbidden Sketchbook. The furries would love the Forbidden Sketchbook, I think. For Virtuosa rerun? She gets rerun. Well, I mean, she'll never get rerun, but you can save and spark her. Or wait 10 years till she becomes discounted. Arturian Enfield becomes a Jane VTuber, so true. Also, I want to pick a fight with the Oranginium Forest being a thing. I think it's so cringe and a lazy way to be able to introduce past characters to sell to us. We are truly just cash cows. Why couldn't they just go down the Descendant route? I know because fucking everyone would cry that Descendants happened. Their ships weren't real. It's all, you know, I make this point how disappointed I am, and then they go insert character I like. And all of a sudden the plot point is okay. It's funny how U-Official is literally Jane VTuber, she does it well. True. That's literally a direct comparison point. Yvonne is, you know, she's not a fail girl, but she is the, you know, gamer girl, you know, archetype compared to what we have in U-Official. And the difference is staggering. But I digress. I digress. Hopefully, we get another beta test announcement within this weekend with TGS. I truly think they need another beta before they release. Also, it gives me an excuse to release a video that is both rage baiting and, you know, has constructive criticism for Enfield. But we'll see. I think that's where we'll end it. I had enough of looking at these designs that slightly annoy me. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by for the emergency stream. I will see you guys tomorrow for We'll call it Limbus collab. Hates Enfield characters. Hates them. Hates all 2 of them. Yep. Alright, everyone. Good night.